You know, we have all found ourselves there, that moment of feeling stuck between all of the obligations and other things that require our attention from the day-to-day grind. There are ways to fix this, though, and to just start living a happier life. Here with us this morning to talk about how to do that is local relationship expert, acupuncturist, and author, Dr. Beth Generous. Thank you so much for coming in,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Beth. So let's talk about, you have an interesting, I guess, outlook, basically, how you can develop an attitude of mindfulness and at the same time incorporate what? The spirit, the body, the mind, all of that in one. How does this happen? Let's talk about what this means.
That's great. So you have the right attitude there by just the way you said it. Spirit, body, and mind.
Spirit, body,
So
and
we often say mind, body, and spirit, but really our mind is what gets us into lots and lots of trouble. We get anxious, we think about the future and the past instead of staying right here in the now, right? And so the best way to help yourself is to just do something I call stop, look, and listen. Right? It's just
Easy formula. Stop,
right.
look, and listen.
Stop, look, and listen. And what you're stopping, looking, and listening at is what's going on inside you. And I call it your personal sensory guidance system. So it's the 5 senses plus intuition. And all of us have experienced this. It's the situation where, you know, all of a sudden you say, oh, I have that quiet voice telling me maybe I need to take a sweater. And then later we discover that it was cold that day. Or you just have a sense that something's off, something doesn't ring true. So you're paying attention to all of those senses, and it helps you to focus in on how you can really get into the moment. And when you get into the moment, you can see much more clearly about what you need to do. So you're moving spirit into the front end. So spirit and body work together, and then all of a sudden you can see what's going on. So how that would work with a child is you might hear something in their voice, or you might notice something that's going on, or you might feel it in your own body, and then you just respond to that in the moment.
But the key is responding in the moment, right?
It's responding
I
in
know
the moment.
you cover a lot of this in your book. I love the name of this, Turning Me into We. Let's talk about how you came up with the name.
Yeah.
Turning me into we, because so many times it's always me, 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 me.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, many times it's I want this, or, you know, in this case, we're saying me for the sake of the name of the book. But what's behind that?
So one of the things that's behind me to we is the fact that if we want to have something, then we need to be that, right? And so one of the ideas, I used this reflective thing of me to we, the M becomes the W, right? If you use this paradigm shifting, a way of shifting your attention, you can start to see how I can be different, and then I might have more of what I want to have. And so me to we is the idea of moving from me, sort of a dependent style relationship, needy, insecure, through what I call an I style relationship, which is much more bounded, very independent, into an interdependent relationship, which is the we, where you have this flexibility in how you relate.
Now, does this relate to actual relationships or your relationship with yourself, or both?
It is both. It is both, but you're thinking about it correctly the way you're asking this question, because really we only have power over changing ourselves, right? We can't change the other person. So we may not like what they're doing, but what we want to do is change how we respond and how we can shift what we're doing.
So interesting. Thanks so much for coming in and just sharing with us a little bit about this outlook on life. We all need to be a little happier, I think, in life. More on Dr. Beth Generous's book is on our website, and how to reach her as well. Just go to CASA.com and click on the CASA blog. Thanks so much, Dr. Beth, for coming in.